Welcome back, guys, to a new series in Ball Without Borders. It is called Touring the Sports World, where we take the most trending topics of all sports and we weekly podcast with my dad and we discuss it. We agree, we disagree, we love, we fight. It's the Ball Without Borders experience. How are you feeling about this series?
I love it. I mean, we love baseball. Baseball is our first love and will forever be our first love. But we also like sports in general. So, having the chance to share with all of you and getting your insights and getting your opinions on what we say, on a week-to-week basis is exciting to us. So let's get it on.
Yeah, I'm super excited. And what better reason how excited can you be this week? It is let me say that. Sorry, guys. Sorry, viewers. My English, my first language, but sometimes it doesn't act like my first language. It is Masters Week, people. We're recording this on Wednesday, so tomorrow it'll be the first round of the Masters. How are you feeling? The best tournament of all golf, right? I mean, no debate, right? This is the best tournament.
There is a lot of debate. It is my favorite Open of or major of the year in golf, no doubt about it. The Masters is my favorite. It's the one that I could watch truly from Thursday through Sunday, from beginning to end, and not get mad, not get tired of it. The not just the setting, right? That course, it's spectacular. It's beautiful, right? But it also, it's also full of drama every time. Plus, the fact that it is the only major that it's played on the same course every year. There's something to say about that. I love the Masters, my favorite one of the year,
The only one that can stay at that Masters level is the Ryder Cup for me. That's the only one that's at that level of Masters for me. But I still will go with the Masters because it's so prestigious, right? It's Augusta. I mean, it's prestigious. But do you have a pick? Do you have a pick this year?
It's
or do you have a person that a lot of people have that you think will not do well? What you got for me?
No, I think I will give you I have maybe two or three picks. So Rory McIlroy is the easy one. I say that because he's coming here to the Masters for the first time without any weight on his shoulders. If you've seen his interviews over the last few weeks, he's coming here as a champion. No pressure. He wants to win. He wants to repeat, but he doesn't have that monkey in his back as he's had. So I wouldn't be surprised if he wins it again. Another one that's been really, hot as of late has been Justin Rose. Justin Rose has been playing phenomenal golf.
He just recorded a video with Grant.
Yeah?
Grant hit a hole-in-one in that video.
Nice. That's awesome.
Justin Rose has been playing great.
Justin Rose has been playing really great golf over the last few weeks, few months, and I wouldn't be surprised if he finally wins it. And another one, here's my dark horse, for this time is the other Justin,
Thomas.
Justin Thomas.
Wow.
I think he's got the knowledge of the course which you need. It's been proven to be a differentiator in Augusta. It's his 11th time there. I think this might be his year. I mean, he's been going through a lot,
he just came back from his injury. Yeah.
Yeah, but let me tell you, I don't know.
I think for me, my pick.
I don't know. What's your pick?
My pick. You can never not have him in your picks, and the fact you didn't mention him is kind of crazy. You got to put John Rahm. You got to put Rahm in that.
I don't think John Rahm. I think John Rahm is gonna be.
No, you're just hating because he switched sides.
I will be surprised if he makes top 20. Maybe I'm wrong. I will be surprised.
Wow.
I will be surprised. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
He's so good. Oh, he's so good.
He was good. He was good. Now, I thought you were going to say Bryson DeChambeau.
No,
DeChambeau, it's another story.
A lot of people are betting on him, but and speaking of all the LIV guys, Brooks Koepka and Patrick Reed left the LIV Tour and are now on the way back to the PGA Tour. What's your thoughts about that? I know they're in there like a like there's some sort of suspension. I'm not really clear about the suspension rules that they have, but what do you think about those live guys taking the money and then scrambling back to the PGA Tour?
Well, I mean, I think you hit it exactly on the head. I mean, I think they took the money, and they put it in the bank. They put it to work, and they ran. And they tried it. Hey, listen, I'm not gonna fault anyone for saying no to a whole lot of money that is generational, wealth, right then and there. So kudos to them. If they put that money from me, I would probably make the same choice. So, having said that, they could still be making, if not similar, maybe less money, but similar money to keep him over there, and they chose to come back. So, kudos to them, for coming back and looking to compete at the highest level. I think, you know, live golf. For those that want to cement a legacy in golf, I think uh, live golf is not where it's at, right? And I think Brooks Koepka famously said, "I only care about winning majors." Well, he hasn't won a major in a while. I mean, he wants to get back, or at least competed at that level, consistently in a while. He wants to get back to that and say. And Patrick Reed is a competitor too. Don't regardless of whether you like him or not, and all the stories
No,
and whatever.
he's a good golfer. He's a good
He's a
golfer.
good golfer and he's a competitor. So, let's see what happens. So I welcome them back, and let's see what happens.
As much as I want to say, I mean, my sleeper pick. As much as I want to say, to see Spieth go, I'm not gonna. I can't say
Mm.
Spieth. I can't do it. But my sleeper pick would be a guy I always like. I always like. I want him to get through. I think he can. Give me Homa.
Wow.
Max Homa is my
Let me
sleeper
tell you,
pick for the 2026
talk about
Masters.
somebody that would love for him to win. I would love for him to win.
Give me
No
Homa.
doubt
Give me
about it.
Homa.
I will. Oh, listen, I'm with you. If he wins, I'm with you 1,000%. I would love for Homa to win. Talk about a guy that I would root for day in and out. Great guy. Fantastic, fantastic pick,
I mean,
fantastic.
just what a time! It's
Sentimental.
Masters
Is he
week.
going to win? No, but I would love for him to win.
Uh, so March Madness just wrapped up. Let's shift over to college basketball. What is your take on this year's tournament? Anything you've seen from college basketball? I mean, I have my own thoughts about college basketball right now, but what's your take on this March Madness and also the state of college basketball right now?
Well, um,
And
I
it's all
I
college
wonder
sports, but I
if
feel
the
like it's affecting more.
Osceola Magic, could win the the NCAA championship right here, right now. Honestly, it's become, and this is across all college sports. And listen, I mean, this is hard.
I'm all for the players making their money, right?
Oh,
It's
absolutely,
long overdue.
absolutely,
These schools make so much money off these
absolutely.
players.
But don't call
Um,
them don't call
it's
them
pro.
student athletes
It's
anymore. Then,
pro. They're pro. It's pro
yeah.
now. It's not even amateur. I wouldn't call it
Don't call
amateur
student
sports. It's pro.
athletes anymore.
It's pro.
And that's the part that sucks, right? I mean, I love pure competition, and I mean, and I'm not naive enough to say or that in the past, oh, it was pure competition. Nobody was getting paid. Bull crap. We all know that was bull crap.
Like Ed Orgeron was on a podcast. He was like, I mean, with this NIL stuff, we used to have to go to the back door. Now we just have to go to the front door.
The front door, yeah. Which, listen, all power to the students, and,
Yeah,
and I hope they make as much money as they can.
of
Having
course.
said that, one thing that I don't agree with is having kids that have been in college for 5, 6, even 7
Or
years.
even the kids that got drafted
Yes,
and
and
then
and
being
then
able to come back.
and then kids that have been 5, 6, 7 different schools, you know, across their
Their tenure.
college career.
Mhm.
How do you get a college education from
Yeah.
that?
I
Uh,
mean,
which
Carson
which
Beck.
at the end of the day, for the vast majority of this, even for the guys that are making the good money, for the vast majority of these guys, they're not going to be going on to lucrative professional careers. This is it
So
for them.
and so what happens after that? You know what I'm saying? You've been in
Exactly,
college for 6 years. What happens then?
exactly. And I think that's I mean, agents, parents, all the adults in the room, never mind. And I say kids, then that's unfair because again, you know, these are adults, 18, 19, 20, 21, young adults, but they're still adults and they're making all these choices. They're having to make all these choices. But the reality is, what the heck did I know at 20, 21, 22? I wish I could go back now with the knowledge I have. I'll be king of the world, right? But like you said, this is the beginning of the rest of their careers or the rest of their lives, and a lot of them, most of them, are gonna go, yeah, with some money in their pocket, but rudderless and without a true education and what's gonna happen afterwards. That's the part that worries me really, truly, the most.
Yeah, I mean, I just and obviously this is going on like even with Carson Beck in Miami, right? He went on publicly saying like, "Oh yeah, I haven't taken classes 2 years. I graduated 2 years ago. I'm not taking classes." How are you playing college if you're not in college? Like
I have to say, I
that's
mean, I
ridiculous.
did I did I follow some of the NCAA? Yeah, the first weekend for me is the best. But when I have to say, the championship, Michigan, UConn, knowing that, for instance, the Michigan team and even the UConn team, most of them transfers and all of them are making a whole bunch of money. And I don't know. I mean,
It's
I didn't even watch it.
And
So
let me tell you another effect on this whole NIL stuff. And we saw this kind of firsthand. Not that I was some kind of big recruit, but going through that recruiting process, I mean, when coaches have the option between a 18-year-old from high school or a 22-year-old or 23-year-old from another school, they're gonna take that 23-year-old. And I don't blame them. They need to win. And so just this whole transfer portal stuff has really taken a toll on recruiting. A lot of guys that should be D1 out of high school, they're gonna have to go to JUCO or other routes, and it's it's kind of because at the end of the day, college is supposed to be developing, right? You want to develop your players, and you just can't do that. You got to develop at a lower level. You can't develop at D1. You know.
yeah, and and let me go back a little, because we have I have a daughter, you have a sister that really great, athlete with hopes of going to college eventually with a sport. We're talking about the status of the men's basketball, football, etc. It's not the same for the ladies' side, not the same, but there is money out there for girls too, right? So, but even though there is money for girls over there, and again, fantastic and all the power to them, the opportunities for professional advancement after their college careers are over are zero to none
Yeah.
because
No.
there's very few spots for, let's say, professional softball, very few spots
And even
for
those
professional
spots, they don't. I
basketball.
mean, you're barely making a living. It's
Exactly.
um.
So again, that's where I go back to. We have to look at it as a global perspective, um, and ensure that we're truly, yes, you know, but I'm all for these guys to make all the money they can.
So
Absolutely.
so
Let's
would
but
you?
let's think about, we at the end of the day, the Michigans of the world, the Ohio States, the UCFs, the whomever's, they are they are institutions of higher learning, and that should be the number one thing that
So
should be on their minds.
would you be opposed to like if they take NIL money, you got to sign at least a 2 year deal, 2 year deal with the college?
No, because at the end of the day, I mean, this is like a pro, thing. So I mean, I don't know the answer. I'm not here to say that I know the answer. Um, but
Because in
I
reality,
would.
it shouldn't be as bad with the older guys because this is kind of the last year of the whole COVID stuff. So it shouldn't be. I mean, we'll see. They're gonna keep bending the rules as whatever. But
Oh, look at what's happened in Mississippi. With Trinidad.
Trinidad, yeah,
Yeah, come on. Uh, there's gonna be there people are gonna find ways to bend the rules. There's no doubt about it.
of course, yeah.
And again, I'm not here to tell you that I know the answers, but I would love to for for it to have some sort of emphasis on the education. Again, particularly because at the end of the day, these guys, once their 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years of eligibility are over, then what's next, right? For most of them is, a blue collar, or a white collar, and going out into the world and finding a job. Are they ready for it? I don't think that we're doing that for them.
We'll see what happens. Let's shift over to NFL. Drafts coming up pretty soon. Fernando Mendoza, I think it's a lock for the first pick.
He did everything
Um,
he needed to do during his pro day. So
uh, what
apparently he looked really well.
what do you like? Do you think Fernando Mendoza is going to be a hit? Which, by the way, the Raiders have number one pick. If you guys don't know, and they just gave Kirk Cousins a 5-year deal. How does Kirk Cousins keep making all this money?
Listen, if I were Kirk Cousins, let's, wouldn't you love to have that career,
Oh,
Diego? Wouldn't you love to have that career? Oh my God. I mean, that guy is,
I think
I
no.
don't know.
He's the
I don't know.
second
But if we
highest
look,
paid, second highest paid player behind Tom Brady.
but there you go. But there you go. I was gonna go there. I was gonna say that if you looked, he must be up there on the top five highest paid, players ever in the NFL. You proved me right. There you go. I mean, my God. I mean, he's had the most wonderful. I tell you. I mean, he's not gonna go down as a Hall of Famer, but he's had the most wonderful NFL career ever.
I mean, he is a pros pro, right? That good attitude, good leader in the clubhouse. Good person for Fernando Mendoza to take, maybe sit out that first year and just take some notes, whatever, from him.
That
Uh,
will be wonderful. That will be wonderful, and I hope that happens to him. To be honest,
I think Fernando's a little overrated.
listen.
I
He's
think
he
I think him
well,
and Kirk Cousins are very similar
you
quarterbacks.
know, they remind me. I mean, even down to their, the Christian
The
beliefs and the way they
mannerisms,
approach. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
they are like clones, But yeah, I mean, I think, but hear me out. I mean, I may sound like an old guy, but back in the day, right? Quarterbacks were drafted to be put, on the bench and learn from the other guy for 2 or 3 years, and that happened for a long time until fairly recently in the history or the story of NFL, right? It's only over the last 10, 15 years where we've had, we draft a quarterback and then they have to play immediately, right? I would love, I think it's going to be phenomenal for a player like Fernando to sit behind, a Kirk Cousins. And I hope it happens. I hope it happens. I hope he truly learns. And I think that, I'll be honest, I think that Tom Brady being there, as part of the Raiders organization, he may be behind, or he may be, that person, bugging, with putting a bug in their ear as to, hey, listen, let's get Kirk Cousins here. Let's give this guy time to develop, and then, wait for year two or 2.5, to give him the reins and see what happens. Right.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I
I,
don't I don't mind
I
that
hope that
idea.
I, I, I don't disagree with you at all that he's overrated, but he is the highest rated in this class. So he's overrated overall, but he's the best quarterback in this class, no doubt. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
so it's how you look at it, right?
So, and also I want to talk to you about, I don't think we've talked about it. Mike Evans. What's your take on the 49ers signing him to a 3-year deal? 3-year deal.
It's a 1 year deal.
Well, yes. Yeah, it's a one.
It's a 1 year deal. Um, Listen, I think he wants another shot at a Super Bowl. I think he knows that his days are numbered. It is, from what I understand, the Bucks even offered him even more money than the
Yeah.
49ers offered him. So it wasn't that we didn't want him. We wanted him back. And for me, regardless, he's gonna whenever he retires, he's still gonna be one of the top Bucks ever. No
Oh,
doubt about it.
100%. 100%. I
So,
mean, and just,
um,
but
it,
I mean, I think that the Bucks, obviously, that we offered him a lot of money, but also he kind of saw the writing on the wall. Like, it is like we took a wide receiver in the first round. We have a load of receivers in that room that might, and for better or for worse, Mike Evans eats targets, right? So there's only one football. I think obviously the Bucks didn't want to let him go because they offered him money, but and it hurts. But I think the Bucks, they're okay. I mean, not okay with. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say? Like
No,
let's
I
see
get
what
it.
these young guys can do. And for the 49ers, obviously, to get Mike Evans on that outside, an X receiver like that for Brock Purdy just to kind of throw it up in the red zone, that's a great opportunity for Brock Purdy and great opportunity for Mike Evans. Um, and let's see if he plays his way to that second year of that deal. So I'm happy for Mike always, and the Bucks just, I mean, talk about a terrible Levante David retiring. I mean, we what an offseason, bro.
It's a transition year. There's no doubt. I
Yeah, it
mean, and
is.
again, I think he's on the writing on the wall on the offense. He was still gonna be Mike Evans, but was he gonna be our number one option? Yes. Was he gonna get the same volume that he was getting, in years prior? No. That's number one. Number two, do we have a championship team this year? Unless we really go crazy on the draft, and that cannot happen, that doesn't happen, we don't, right? And I think he knows that he's in the twilight of his career. I think he's giving it one more shot, and all
Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
oh, I don't blame him. All kudos to him. I'm not here rooting for the 49ers, but if they get a Super Bowl, and if he wins another one, Mike, well deserved, good for you. But at the end of the day, you're gonna retire a Buck, and we all know it.
Okay, so let's shift over a little bit to some World Cup talk. June is when the World Cup is gonna start, right? It's the last window of all the friendlies closed, right? So now it's everything, now it's road to the World Cup, right? And so what I want to talk to you about this World Cup is just the fact how expensive this World Cup is to attend. As we know, the World Cup will be in the United States. The cheapest game to get into, the cheapest ticket to get into the semifinals, $600, right? It's just ridiculous, crazy prices in something that I think what makes football shine is just the passion from everyone, right? From all the different countries. And now we're just gonna see a bunch of corporate people in there. You know what I'm saying? Just like laughing in their suites or whatever, and not the real fans who've been dying to have opportunity to watch a World Cup, and it's gonna be in their backyard, but they can't go to like what's your take on it? I think it's completely ridiculous. I don't know.
I hear you, and I agree with you 1,000%. Now, whether it is in the United States or whether it is in Dubai, whether it is in wherever, don't you think that the tickets have been, crazy for a long
But
time now?
okay, to that point, to get into the final in Qatar, the last World Cup, to get in the final, it was like $280. So we're talking about
You why?
double the price.
Why? Why? Nobody wanted to go to Qatar. No,
I
who
understand that.
wants to be? Come on, Diego. The
I just
reason why
think that we
Qatar would push so hard and paid so much and bribed so much. Come on, FIFA. It's because they wanted to make it about a showcase of the country that nobody wants to go to. That's the reality, right? That's the reality. Talk about other World Cups, and see how expensive it was to get into games and finals and whatever. Who the heck wants to go to Qatar? Come
yeah,
on.
it is. That's true, but it's also the other problem with this World Cup is that it's in three different countries, right? We got matches in Canada, matches in Mexico, matches in the United States. It's a lot of traveling right now, and I don't know. I really don't like how expensive. Just obviously, I know they want to
I
make
agree.
money, duh. But just the fact that the fans are going to be there, you just know that those aren't the. Y- there's people out there that really wanted to go and that just couldn't, which
I
that
get.
makes me sad. And
I
and
get it.
speaking, I know this is completely different atmospheres, but WBC, right? Say what you want about WBC, of course it's going to be expensive, but I mean, it
But
was
it was
it was
accessible.
accessible. It was
It was
accessible.
accessible.
And
Was
that
it
that
was it cheap? No. Was it accessible? Yes.
and
And
that's
was
where
it
you saw
successful?
all the
My good.
atmosphere blow up and everything. That's what it should be, right? In the United States, they're already clowning us for soccer because we stink, and then now we're gonna see a bunch of corporate billionaires in the stands.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but
Oh, and the USA is gonna stink. This. Oh my goodness, they don't have a
we
team.
we
Oh
lost
my
5-1 to
word.
Belgium, 5-1 to Belgium, and 2-0 to Portugal. 2-0 to Portugal.
This is the worst team that they put together over the last 16, 20 years. It's incredible. You would think that they'll be on the upswing. They're on the downswing. It's
Yeah, and
incredible.
you got. I mean, I obviously we're not well versed into this, but you got two players from the U.S. that decided to play for one decided to play for Bosnia, one decided to play for Mexico. So you got a lot of people not choosing to play for the United States. Um, and I don't know where the U.S. goes from here. It's obviously in our development, right? And that's throughout all youth sports. Let me shift over to youth sports real quick. Everything is about the winning right now. Like youth sports used to be about the I mean, you did this developing. Who cares
The
if we
winning and
won?
the money. The
The
winning and
money,
the money.
correct. But it's
So
it's
they
it's
go hand in
completely
hand.
changed. I mean, if you go to Europe, y these kids are getting developed and playing blah, 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 and now these kids are just working on, in US, just, how to run fast and blah, 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 I get to
It's
like, it's completely that is not how you play.
we're United States in general is missing out on a lot of talent, whether it's soccer, softball, baseball, you name it, basketball, you name it, because of the the resurgence, or however you want to call it, of the pay for play sports, meaning the travel, the club, whatever. Oh my goodness, it becomes so expensive, to be able to participate and to be able to showcase, your talents and to be on the team. Because right now, the rec ball, listen, rec ball, it's not what it was before, right?
Oh, no.
Back when I was growing up, that's what it was. I mean, it was a level playing field. The good guys were there, the bad guys were there, but that's where you learned, that's where you honed your craft, and then you could get to American Legion or whatever the case may be. But now it's all about travel balls, about money. And if you play rec, yeah, it's great as an introduction. But if you want your kid to get better, and if they have any talent, the reality is that if they don't go on the travel route, they're gonna get stuck.
And then that's the
But
travel routes where they start charging crazy prices or whatever,
and
um,
and without an emphasis on
development.
development, which is where it should be. That's one thing that I was
Like
very proud about when I did it, and I was able to coach both you and your sister, that I did it. My
I mean,
main goal was develop.
you even said coaching us that you were losing money, coach.
But yeah, believe
Losing
me,
money.
yeah, losing money, yeah,
And then
losing
we dude, there's just that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen now. It's just I don't know. I don't know. Everyone's just gotten so greedy. Um, like if you're 10 years old, you shouldn't be playing these perfect games showcased like that. That,
See, but that's
that is
stupid.
ridiculous.
But
That's
that's stupid.
ridiculous.
But
That's
that's
completely
stupid,
ridiculous.
and that's on the parents. That's on the
Yeah.
parents too, right? Yes, that's on the coaches, absolutely, but that's on the parents too, right? Because what are you doing in a perfect game? Paying whatever, and then you're the highest rated 10U player, whatever. Come on, who
So
gives a rat's
what?
butt about that? Come on, come
All right.
on.
And the
That's
last thing
stupid.
I want to talk to you about is MLB. Let's talk about some MLB to close it out. What do you think about this ABS system?
Listen, I I
I love
didn't
it.
know how I was gonna feel about it, but guess what? It's quick. It's not disruptive. It's bringing about the right call. I love it. I love it.
And just the fan
Honestly.
reaction to it, like when the challenge goes their way, they go crazy.
Yeah.
I love it. And what they're experimenting with in the minors is they're using now
Oh,
the check
okay.
swing, the
Okay.
automatic check swing, which is something I think
That's
should
cool.
definitely be implemented.
Oh my goodness.
There's some that just do not go the right way, and that's
Yeah.
that's another way to improve the game as well.
And don't ask
Um,
Stevie Buckner to be watching for a check swing.
oh
He
jeez,
he he doesn't look if they step on first. Never mind. Check
no,
swing.
that is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
No, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a
Yeah,
fan. It's
for
quick, not
sure.
disruptive. Yeah, I'm a fan. Yeah.
Yeah, and one team I want to bring up, or first of all, the Trop's back. It was great to see
Let's
the people
go.
back in the Trop. It was full. It was full the first game,
Yeah.
and they had a nice game, beat the Chicago Cubs. It looks nice. It looks
Did you see
nice.
what
It looks
happened
nice.
last night against the Chicago Cubs with a guy trying to catch a foul ball on the stands, and he lost he lost his pants.
I just either he was commando or I don't because
I
it
think
was
it
at
was
his
Commando,
ankles.
bro.
It was at
I
his
think it was
ankles.
Commando. He fooled Mundos. He fooled Mundo World. I'll
I
tell you
mean,
that. But I think it
it
was
wasn't even
Commando.
close. It wasn't even close.
I think it was Commando, bro. I think it was Commando. Which why is a guy like that going Commando?
That,
Your guess is as good as
that's
mine.
gotta
Let's leave it
stink.
there.
That's gotta stink down there,
But unless he's wearing a G-string, a
bro.
G-string, he
That G
was
string
Commando,
was
bro.
estaba conmigo. I couldn't see it. I don't know what he was doing, but anyways, the Trop is back. You gotta wipe down those seats. You
Oh
gotta wipe
God,
down those seats.
that section. I'm not looking for seats in that section for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
And one other thing, we obviously, I mean, the Red Sox.
I was hoping you would bring them up. What
They
a
are
disappointment.
stinky. All those offseason moves are
Roman
not there. I
Anthony,
mean, Roman. Oh, the noodle, the
the
noodle are
noodle
not
arm. Did
there.
you see that they put him at DH
Did
and
they?
they switched him out of left field?
Did they?
Yes, they did. And Joey
Wow.
Cora basically threw him under the bus. I mean, saying like,
No,
uh,
it was bad. It was
"Oh
bad.
yeah,
It was bad.
yeah."
I don't know if he's injured or I don't. It was bad.
I don't know.
It was
I don't know.
bad.
But I mean, honestly, I mean, we're joking here, but I know he. I hope he's not injured. Because he's a young talent. I mean, he's really good, but I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's
Yeah,
happening.
I'm sorry if you hear the barking. It's the dogs are going crazy, but continue.
Yeah, what I was going to say, with the Red Sox, I you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow.
I think the
Over
management has been terrible.
the last 5-7 years, their management has been i- incredibly bad. They got rid of Mookie Betts. Last year
Bregman,
they traded their
Devers,
third baseman. Huh?
Bregman, Devers, people that they lost.
Yeah,
Like just
Devers.
a
Yeah,
ton
but
of
I'm
people.
talking about Devers. I mean, they traded their third baseman. No, because we're gonna put him up first. No, I mean we're gonna put him at DH, and they said no. By the way, we're gonna have you up first. You never play. Come on. Then they traded him. They get Bregman, and then they got rid of Devers, and they got rid of Bregman, and they have nothing to show for it. Come on,
Yeah, I don't
what's going
know.
on here? What's
Of
going
course,
on?
I hope they don't take it out on Corita. You know what I'm saying? I want Cora to
I
keep
I don't
managing.
think. I mean, I hear. I mean, I hear the chatter about people, complaining about Cora, whatever. I don't think this is Cora's fault at all. I mean, I think he's doing what the best he can with what he's got. But but if I were him, I would have probably quit some time ago and say, bro, give me a team, give me something,
Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
I mean, they just been terrible.
but
But
they're
overall,
but
I think
with the
baseball's in a
Giants, they're the most disappointing team in the league
yeah.
right now. Yeah,
I mean,
those two are.
the Red Sox are close second, but yeah. I just think baseball's in a great spot right now. I think our viewership's ticked up. I think the games are going by quicker. This ABS thing is definitely helping out with calls and stuff. And I think that the MLB used the momentum of the WBC perfectly. And I just hope that we keep up this momentum, keep making changes that improve our game. Rob Manfred, say what you want about him. He's been making some great changes recently. I remember all those people complaining about the pitch clock, and now everyone loves the pitch clock. Everyone loves the pitch clock. Makes the game go by fast. I remember the people complaining about the pickoff rule. There's only two disengagements, and
Mhm.
that nothing has happened. Nobody's taken advantage of it. It's been a great rule. Um, there's been a lot of good stuff from Rob Manfred recently. Let's see what this new CBA brings. I hope we play baseball in 2027. That's not a guarantee though. Um, but we'll see what happens. But overall, I think it's a very exciting week of sports, and I can't believe that we get to talk to you about it every week. So make sure if you like this content, please subscribe, like, and comment below. What are your thoughts about this episode? Let us know what you all want to see, talk about. It's Diego and Javi from Ball Without Borders. We will see you next time. Nos vemos.
We'll see ya.